The more that I'm reading, the more I get fed up. I'm working till I'm on a whole nother level. They lurking, I'm humble, but I'll never settle. I'm certain they hate on my name if I let them. My flow is as sharp as stilettos, bars hitting harder than shots at the venom. My demons retarded like they wanna play, but I'm hot like Montana, so pray for the devil.
It's me, SimbaTv. Bang! What is good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Simba coming back here again with another reaction video for you guys today. For today's reaction video, we got insanely racist moments in Disney movies that you totally forgot about. Now, Disney is no stranger to controversy, okay? Disney is Disney. You know, they always doing something weird, something pedophile-ish, they always put some kind of subliminal message in their shows, in their movies, man. And this is some moments that we probably as kids didn't really think about. We probably just, looked over, man. So I can't wait to jump up in it. If you guys are not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Become part of the notification. Gang, 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 gang. We're bringing new videos to you every single day. So without further ado, let's jump up in it.
Wait, how did we not notice these the first time around? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 insanely racist moments in Disney movies that you totally forgot about. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're ranking the most embarrassing, anachronistic, or cringe-worthy moments of racism that Disney would likely want their fans to forget or ignore. We're not passing judgment on the people behind the scenes at Disney here, as many of these moments were a product of their time. But it should also be discussed how many of them haven't exactly aged well. Number 10. Sunflower, Fantasia. Fantasia was certainly an early example of a Disney classic. An amazing combination of classical music and animation that still holds up today. What perhaps doesn't hold up so well is a character included on the film's initial theatrical run. Her name was Sunflower, and she was a black female centaur or centaurette who's seen waiting on her white brethren during a segment titled The Pastoral Symphony. Sunflower is drawn with exaggerated black features and is a clear example of a visual...
Disney tripping. She got the hoop earrings and the weave and everything. Hold on, man. What?
Centaurette who's seen waiting on her white brethren during a segment titled The Pastoral Symphony. Sunflower is drawn with exaggerated black features and is a clear example of a visual stereotype that didn't need to be there in the first place. Perhaps this was the reasoning behind Disney's decision to remove the character from prints starting in the mid-60s. Number 9. Japanese soldier caricatures. Commando Duck. It may seem strange today to think of cartoons as wartime propaganda, but this was actually a common practice during World War II. Commando Duck was one such short by Disney, a cartoon that sees Donald Duck parachuting into Japanese territory for a secret mission. The short tends to focus its plot primarily on Donald's battle tactics, but there are plenty of racist moments, specifically with how the Japanese enemy is drawn. Donald's foes are deliberately presented with slanted eyes, buck teeth, and overblown accents.
Oh, I beg my pardon. I bow my stomach at you, very reverent. That's all right. Happy cherry blossoms to you, please.
Oh, Disney gave no fucks. None.
This was certainly due to anti-Japanese sentiment of the time, although it has not aged well when viewing the short today. Number 8. Conveyor Belt Mammy Doll. Santa's Workshop. Santa's Workshop was a holiday-themed Disney short which, on the surface, is a harmless tale of Saint Nick and his elves getting ready for Christmas. However, early versions featured a troubling scene between Santa and a pair of dolls, as the toymaker is overseeing quality control on the assembly line. A white doll comes down a conveyor belt, says Mama, and gets approved by Santa. Then a black doll tumbles down the belt, says Mammy, and stamps her own butt, as Santa watches on and laughs. Given that the word mammy was slang for a black nursemaid in the time of slavery, and the doll's exaggerated features, it's no wonder Disney removed this scene from all modern prints.
Yo, Disney is crazy! Yo, Disney, how did they get away with stuff like this? I know they cut it out and stuff like that, but who in the background was like, yeah, go ahead and put that in? What? There's no checking? Y'all are wild.
Number 7. King Louie, The Jungle Book. King Louie is a beloved character from Disney's adaptation of Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book.
And old King Louie, that's me.
Louie is a Disney original, having not appeared in Kipling's original stories, but he didn't arrive without his fair share of controversy. King Louie and his ape subjects are the only characters that speak in jive slang, popular with black jazz musicians of the day.
I didn't even notice that.
I want to be like you.
Richard M. Sherman.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that. How did I not notice that? Oh, that's wild. Oh, that is wild. That's okay, Disney. I love you, but I mean, y'all are wild. Y'all are wild.
Sherman was one of the songwriters on the film, and has been quoted as initially wanting jazz legend Louis Armstrong to voice the king, but balked at the prospect of potentially offending the NAACP with a black man voicing an ape. So, is King Louie racist, or is it all in the eye of the beholder? You decide.
I think a lot of that is in the eye of the beholder. You know, I don't think that was like necessarily intended to be racist, or even a lot of this stuff. You know, this is a product of back of the day, you know. Now, I mean, the movie is called Jungle Book, and I mean, he is speaking some black slang, so I could be wrong, but I think that it wasn't intentional. I think that it wasn't a coincidence, but I think it's just something that happened, you know?
Number 6, Arabian Nights, Aladdin. The American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee wasn't too thrilled with the soundtrack for Disney's 1992 hit Aladdin. They took specific umbrage with a line in the film's opening song Arabian Nights, where the peddler sings, "Where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face." The committee saw this as disparaging towards the Arab people, and complained to Disney for a lyrical change. The company did comply, and replaced the line for home video, and on new versions of the soundtrack. The committee was also reportedly upset about another controversial line from the song. "It's barbaric, but hey, it's home."
It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
But Disney decided to leave this one in, for better or worse.
If I were as rich as you, I could afford some manners.
Number 5, Native American stereotypes, Peter Pan. Intent can be a funny thing, especially when it's perceived much differently years later.
This should be most enlightening.
Disney's Peter Pan is an example of this notion, as evidenced by a shockingly racist musical number with very innocent intentions. The Native American sequence in the film raises flags with the song "What Made the Red Man Red," where embarrassing Indian stereotypes are the order of the day. Although the scene is light and bouncy in tone, the effect years later is rather cringeworthy in its execution, a blemish on what's otherwise a classic slice of Disney nostalgia.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy how times change movies, you know? Like, there's so many movies in the 90s that you rewatch and you're like, ooh, damn. Like, you did that? They're like, we watched that, you know? A lot of things don't age well, especially when you're not trying to make really timeless movies or music or anything like that. You're just trying to make a movie for that era, for that time, you know? That's crazy, man. That is insane.
Number 4, We Are Siamese, If You Please, Lady and the Tramp. The intentions behind Peter Pan's racism may be up for debate, but it's a lot more difficult to defend the outrageous cultural insensitivity behind the Siamese cats in Disney's Lady and the Tramp.
We are Siamese, if you don't please.
Post-World War II tensions are the only probable reasons behind the obvious Japanese stereotypes of Si and Am, two villainous cats who sing this song. The twins are drawn with the same slanted eyes and buck teeth we saw earlier in Commando Duck, and their entrance is even marked by a gong, something that hampered Asian stereotypes in film right through the 80s and 90s. Number 3, Shungan and the Alley Cats, the Aristocats. We continue with Asian stereotypes here, proof that negative depiction of such characters wasn't only limited to the immediate aftermath of World War II. Nope, Asians were still being drawn with the same old slanted eyes and outrageous accents in 1970, as evidenced by Shungan and the gang in the Aristocats.
Fortune cookie always wrong. Not the hot one.
Shungan rolls with Thomas O'Malley's Alley Cat friends, and performs his part of the song Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, with chopsticks and a buck-toothed lisp. He isn't the only feline stereotype here, however, as there's also Peppo, an amorous Italian, and the trumpet-playing scat cat who's modeled after black jazz musicians of the 50s and 60s. Number 2,
Damn.
The Crow's Dumbo. The term Jim Crow was used to describe laws or regulations designed to enforce racial segregation in the United States. The lead crow in Disney's Dumbo is also named Jim and has
I never noticed that. I never noticed that. I never put 2 to 2 together. Oh my goodness. Okay, Disney can get away with a lot of this stuff on this list. Like, you know, some of it is kind of like, but that one, nah, you can't get away with that one, big dog. That is intentional. That is just blatant intentional, bro. What?
received his share of criticism in the decade since the film's release in 1941.
But I be done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
Although Jim and the other crows are generally friendly towards Dumbo, the fact that they speak in stereotypical black slang could easily be interpreted as lazy or racist in their depiction of African American culture. The gang does get to sing the film's most memorable song, When I See an Elephant Fly, but this doesn't change the fact that modern audiences might see the crows in a very different light. Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
When he can play the lings on the strings, the Tramp rocking on the blackfish, he sings this belt and this rat, they know where.
You be my man Friday. Savvy? You Friday, me Mickey.
Savvy.
Who's there?
No, the fuck they did not put that on air. I know damn well Disney did not put that on. You got Mickey Mouse out here being a Come on, man. He basically told him his fucking name was Toby. Cut off his foot. Goddamn, Kunta.
He sings this belt and this rat, they know where.
You be my man Friday. Savvy? You Friday.
Brother. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. That's so wild.
Me Mickey.
Savvy.
Who's there?
I'm the full price man. I'm working my way through college.
Number 1. Uncle Remus, Song of the South. Uncle Remus wasn't a Disney creation, but his depiction in this 1946 film lives on as one of the company's most infamous moments. Remus was a fictional character responsible for narrating classic African-American folktales. When he hit the silver screen, however, Remus and Song of the South almost immediately struck a sour note with audiences.
Look up! Got the cotton full of evil!
For starters, the film never explicitly presents itself as taking place in a post-Civil War South, leading many to believe that Disney was marginalizing the impact of slavery.
That's how the leopard got his spots. That's what Uncle Remus said. That's what Uncle Remus said.
There were also a plethora of black stereotypes to be found, which eventually resulted in the film failing to receive an uncut home video release in the United States to this day.
Damn.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out.
Yo, that's wild. Disney is out here just wilding, man. So what I came to learn about Disney is they don't like black folk or Asians. Or like, what the fuck? Like, what Disney? Relax. Man, yo, Disney was wild back then. But then again, like I said, when you make movies just for that time era, they don't age well. You know, even songs and stuff like that, it won't age well, man. But how did you guys like this video? If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me. Thank you guys for commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.